Hey there guys, Pinobi here bringing a Pokemon narrated Wi-Fi battle. And this is going to be the first video of a little mini-series I'm doing called Ancient NU Week. By the way, hey, it's probably been like God knows how long since you've seen my actual face in a video. I actually just recently got a haircut. Before my hair was freaking Rapunzel over here. And yeah, like I said, this is going to be the start of a little mini-series called Ancient NU Week. It's basically where I take a bunch of my old NU battles, because if you don't know, I'm really big into 4th Gen NU. That's what kind of started my stride on Pokemon narrating, and it's what I really enjoy. It's kind of what I think people have enjoyed seeing me do because of my ideas and team builds and success with it as compared to perhaps some other tiers. Anywho, I battle a few people like Kota1616PB, JT or I Am the Tie. I believe they actually uploaded their narrations of those battles months and months and months and months and months ago. And I have battles with SiZZirP and a few other little Pokemon YouTubers. And I just think it's going to be a really great series where I get to upload a week of these older battles that you guys haven't got to hear my perspective of. And hopefully we will all really enjoy it. And it'll kind of segue into the 5th generation NU, because I do have that really good NU match that I promised you guys. It's really long though. And also, that's another thing I like about this little week of Ancient NU is there's like a grab bag of battles. Like I asked you from my question from a previous video if you prefer long or short. Most of you said you like both, which was really great to me because there is kind of a grab bag here. This is probably one of the shorter games, as you might be able to tell from the video time. But wow, it is so bright in my room. Like holy crap. Like I don't even know if you guys can see me or if I'm just like some sort of fucking KKK member or something. Anywho, let's go ahead and get into the game. Yeah. Alright guys, so this is going to be a 4th Gen NU versus SiZZirP. SiZZirP is an old pal of mine, really great guy. I actually did an SOS project video on him, which you might have seen from Xenon. Anywho, he's a great video maker, commentator, battler, etc. So I'll leave a link to his channel in the description in case you want to check him out. You can see the teams here up on the screen. My team is, of course, the top team, which I actually made with Dangerous36M, also known as Rick, for our series Scott and Rick versus the World, which will be returning eventually. I know people have inquired about that, and we do intend to continue that. It's basically just a series where we make teams together, then battle together on Skype, and then collaboratively narrate them. But anywho, this is a battle that we decided I could narrate by myself for my channel, and I think it's going to kick off NU Week pretty strong, so hopefully you guys are going to enjoy it. Let's go ahead and check it out. I'm going to be leading off with Permudley, obviously named after Mudquaza. We always name our pokes after other Pokemon YouTubers. Anywho, just going to go straight for the Fake Out, knowing that Butterfrees like to carry Focus Sash. Also, it's just a strong start for me in general. Obviously, if you have the priority, why not go for it? And he's going to go straight into his Quagsire. Quagsire is a bit of a counter to this team. The only thing I really have to deal with it is kind of Bastiodon once I get a sub up because it has Toxic. But anywho, we'll have to look for that. So I went for Taunt, knowing that these things often carry Curse, Toxic, and other annoyances that I really didn't want to deal with. And with all of his other moves out of the way, with only physical moves left, I know Mantine's going to be the perfect counter because it has Water Absorb and a Flying type to evade the Earthquake. So I'm going to predict his switch and go back into my Permudley, basically start all over at turn 1, only difference is he took a little bit of damage and we both got a little bit of info. So I'm going to go straight for the Taunt, not for the Fake Out, knowing that he's obviously going to switch out because he doesn't want his Focus Sash broken, which I know and take advantage of and all that kind of stuff. So now I'm going to go for the U-turn just to get some switch advantage in case he wants to swap out, which he does. He goes to his Zangoose. Guess he's tired of the games and just wants to go to something really offensive. But unfortunately for him, it brings me the opportunity to go into my physically defensive wall, Sand Slash, to set up the Stealth Rocks, which is going to force him to go into his Butterfree, so that way his Focus Sash will not be broken. And to counter his Butterfree switch in, I'm going to go into my Mantine because it does carry Sleep Talk. So with the rocks up, he doesn't have that many chances to set up with his Charizard, so he thinks that with this turn that he's afforded himself, thanks to the fact that I'm asleep, he can use this to try to gain some offensive momentum. But unfortunately for him, I actually carry the Sleep Talk, as I said, and I get the Surf on turn 1, which is really advantageous for me. I don't know if that thing was physical or special. If it was physical with Thunder Punch, that could have been very problematic. Special, I don't think he could have done much to me. But either way, that's going to definitely catch him off guard. So he brings in a Metacham, which I'm guessing is Scarfed because Metacham is usually Scarfed. And thinking he's probably going to go for the Thunder Punch, but maybe the Psycho Cut. Either way, just going to go into my Bastiodon. This is actually kind of like Torment Tran. It's like the Torment Tran of NU. I'm going to go ahead and go for the sub. This set actually carries Toxic to deal with a lot of threats to this team, especially since my Hypno carries Thunder Wave and not Toxic on this team, which is perhaps a bit of a mistake. But anywho, he brings in his Quagsire, obviously can counter me very, very well. He has the Earthquake ×4 effective, and I miss the Toxic. That is a really big deal because it's the only poke with Toxic on this team, and it's really the only thing I have to combat this Quagsire outside of PP stalling it. So sadly, I do have to switch into my Mantine to stall him, but I am predicting the swap out because he doesn't have anything he can do to me, so I'm going to go back to my Permudley per usual. I'm a little surprised he didn't make a move, predicting that, but regardless, it's keeping the momentum very much in my favor. So he reveals Protect to make sure that I can't hit him with the Fake Out, which is good for him. And knowing that the U-turn is coming, he's going to go to his Medicham, just because that thing's not really meant to take hits anyway. He could have gone to his Quagsire, but he knows I'll just go back out to Mantine, and he'll be forced to make a switch while I get a free attack off. So I'm going to go into my freaking SiZZirP, because I figure I can go for Protect, see what he locks himself into, and go into whatever I want. Also, it scouts whether or not he even has a move on his dude that would work on me. So I'm going to swap out into my Mantine. I think he went for Toxic on that turn, obviously to counter Shedinja. I sped this part up a little bit because no one wants to see Mantine and Quagsire going at it. And that sounds like Discovery Channel went wrong, but hopefully you guys get the picture. So I'm going for these Hidden Power Flyings. It does get stab, obviously. I think I got a critical hit once, or I get a critical hit in the future, which doesn't really matter too much because he can just recover it all off. But anyways, my goal here is basically to PP stall him, which is really agitating, but it's really my only option unless I can get a free switch into Bastiodon again. So eventually he decides that he's not going to be able to win this little bit of a stall war, so he's going to go ahead and swap out back into his Hypno for some reason. And obviously I'm going to go for the Hidden Power Flying, which is not really going to do jack diddly balls, even with a crit to Hypno. So a little bit of hacks on my side, not that they're particularly paying off or really matter too much. So I'm going to go for the rest on this turn. Obviously Toxic is going to keep accumulating. Don't want to get S-tossed down to the abyss. And he actually goes for Thunder Wave. I guess he was predicting some sort of switch in. But after seeing Thunder Wave, that makes me think he does not have Toxic, which makes me think that my SiZZirP, Shedinja, nicknamed after SiZZirP, ironically, is going to be a perfect switch in. And I'm going to go straight for the X-Scissor. Obviously, it would be good against his Hypno, but since he just passed the Wish, I don't want anything on his team to be able to receive it. So that's what the X-Scissor is all about. And thankfully, it actually takes out Zangoose, which really shows the frailness of Zangoose. So, and he's actually going to run there, realizing that he has no particular answer to my Mantine, especially outside of his physical sweeper. So that's going to be a good game. Hopefully you guys enjoy. That's going to be the start of our Ancient NU week. Let me know what you guys think about NU 4th Gen, if you're still interested in seeing 4th Gen battles. I particularly love 4th Gen, and I would love to bring you more of them, so I'm at least going to finish off this week regardless, and we'll take it from there based on what you guys say. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Like the video if you did. It means a lot to me. Helps the video get noticed, especially shows 4th Gen a little bit of love. And that would be cool, but if not, I totally feel ya, no problem. So anywho, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.